I must say I'm very grateful to to all of you for looking at the piece about Baroness Owen and her ascension to the House of Lords. Bobby Smets, I presume I pronounce that, has given a very interesting and exciting response. The person who has mastered phronesis is known as the phronimos. These are the sages who have experienced enough of the world to know how to act and give great advice as a result. As the cliche goes, they have been there, done that. Just as we seek a doctor about disease or an engineer about building a house, we turn to the phronismos to learn about their wisdom. Now imagine if I give this introduction and then say, please welcome Baroness Owen. Yes, well, there would be hoots of laughter. Phronismos is such an interesting concept. It's both. It is present in Plato. Plato thinks that phronesis was a necessary condition in order to gain true goodness. Being good meant acting correctly. I'm inclined to agree, but it's Aristotle who goes into such detail about phronismos and phronesis. So phronesis for Aristotle is a practical thing. It's sometimes translated as prudence. Bay doesn't care much for philosophy. But unlike Sophia, which is the other form of wisdom, Sophia is the apprehension of truth and knowledge, that's episteme, and for instance, of unchanging things like mathematics. But phronesis is the ability to act correctly, to look at the goal, telos, and phronesis, therefore, is the skill that you would need in political or practical life. Sophia is more contemplative. Sophia is about Sophia is about prayer. It's Sophia is the stuff you want if you're going to be a monk, but phronesis is what you need if you're plunged into political life, into the life of the polis, the life of the city. Both are predicated on the acquisition of a good character. So Aristotle goes on and on and on about the habit of doing good things, and the habit of doing bad things makes you a bad person. The habit of doing good things makes you a good person. So through virtue, that is arete, and eunoia, goodwill, you can acquire phronesis, wisdom, and then you can act in the interests of the greater good. So yes, I think Plato and Aristotle would assume that that this sort of wisdom is something that requires a lifetime of experience to acquire. But I have, maybe Baroness Owen has been particularly fortunate to have good guidance and to have been steered towards a goal of goodness. I hope so. We could do with more good people in politics. We could do with more good people in public life.